Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Neo. In this video, I am doing some client work. This is someone who was coming in for a backfill and redesign. So I already went ahead and removed the previous design, and there's a layer of clear acrylic that I placed underneath, so that's what we're working on now. So I'm going ahead with my dehydrator and 2 layers of primer. I'm using the Mia Secret dehydrator and primer, and then going in with a second coat of the Young Nails Protein Bond primer. After that, I am using my Young Nails Core Clear to backfill. So I actually don't have to use very much because it is just a backfill, and I went in and e-filed off any product that was lifting. For the most part, there wasn't much, and I'm just redefining the shape. Some of the nails, when I was filing down, I went a little thin, so like the tip of the nail might have been compromised a bit, but I'm just using that clear acrylic to kind of fix that shape. You'll see that definitely on the thumb on this hand. I think I filed down the design and it was just really thin, and she was like flicking her fingers around and kind of flicked off a piece of the tip, and I gave her the eye of like, don't do that, don't do that. So you'll see how I fix it on the thumb here. So I do the backfill, and as you can see, the tip of the nail is missing a little piece. So I took a dry bead of acrylic and just kind of sculpted that on its own. So for the actual design, this design is actually pretty simple. I'm going in with a nude colored acrylic. It's called Peanut. It's one of my favorite nude colors for darker skin. It's from Sugar and Cream. And yeah, so it's going to be a nude matte set with bling. So every single nail is getting this treatment. Just making sure, especially if you're on darker skin, sometimes the melanocytes in the nail plate give darker pigment to the nail. So if you're using something that's a little bit more sheer, you might have to add more of the product, which is what I'm doing. So if you see me adding more, it's not necessarily for strength or for shape. It's more just to cover up any pigment that might be naturally occurring in her nail. And I don't know what happened. I can't remember what was happening. I think we were watching a movie and just having a good time talking and stuff, because I went and like knocked over the entire jar of acrylic. It was just so funny when it happened. She was freaking out, but it's not a big deal. As you can see, I just picked up the napkin and just dumped it back inside. But yeah, just be careful with your acrylic, because you know, this stuff is expensive. So yeah, I'm just going in on every single nail and applying this peanut color. It is, I think, my favorite nude for darker skin, like, of all time. It is such a good color. And now I'm just going in with my Young Nails Core Clear again and just clear capping. I'm using a very, very thin layer of this, and this is just for some support, just in case the colored acrylic isn't a core. It's just good to do this, I think, for me. And it helps to just make sure that I have a good strength to the nail. So just really quickly going in and capping each of the nails with clear acrylic. And now time to file. So after we had applied the acrylic, she actually wanted to take the nails down a little bit. So that's why you see me filing across the nail first and then refining that almond shape after the fact. So I just went in with my 100, 180 files and just reshaped those, almond nails. Oh, and a side note. So she has a glove on one hand because she actually had surgery on her middle finger on this hand and has a cast actually on that hand, on that finger. So she was concerned just because she didn't want it to look ugly in the video. So I was like, I got you. So I just, cut the tips off of a glove and we got it on there as best we could. It was pretty thick, but that's why she has a glove on that one hand and not the other. She was just trying to cover up her cast. And now I am e-filing. I'm going in with this fine carbide bit, tapered cone. It's a safety. I think I'm using it at about 11 or 12 RPM. That's usually what I use when I'm doing cuticle work and cleaning up the shape of my nails. So it's about 12,000 RPM. I'm using the Scamander e-file from Melody Susie. I was also using the Scarlet one, and I loved that because I love that little desk setup that you could just place your e-file in the holder, but I think I broke it. Like, I was just so bad. I would just cut it off all the time without turning down the speed, and I think I messed it up one day. I was working on a client and it made like the saddest sound and just stopped. So I just got the Scamander one. It is portable and rechargeable, so that's great. You don't have as many cords on the table, but I do miss having that stand to place your e-file in and it not just be moving all over the place. So yeah, I'm using it at 12,000 or 11,000 RPM, and I'm using a fine safety bit. It's a carbide bit to smooth out the nails and to clean up the cuticle area, and you can't see that in this shot, so sorry about that, but that's basically what I'm doing on all 10 fingers. And because this set is pretty much done as far as color application, I am going in with a medium grit buffer. I love to do this, especially with more of a medium grit, just because it helps to fling away any leftover acrylic that's not where it's supposed to be. It smooths out the nail, so any marks or gashes that you might have put into the nail with the e-file or with your hand file, it helps to get rid of. And if you brush the underside, if you are someone who usually gets acrylic on the underside of your nails, it helps to just flake those away as well. So I usually like to go in with that. Spraying those fingers down with some Young Nail Swipe, which is basically kind of like alcohol, colored alcohol, and brushing away any dust with a manicure brush. I do that just because it's better than having them go to the bathroom and wash their hands, and it's faster to just do it all together here. It gets rid of any dust, especially if you're just going to be adding a top coat or a polish. You don't want dust in your design. So I always spray the fingers down and use a manicure brush to get in and around the cuticles and the sidewalls, and sometimes even under the nail, just to get rid of any excess dust or debris that might still be there from the filing and from the buffing. So for this set, I wanted to do a matte nude set with just gold and rose gold and copper bling. So as you can see, I'm setting things up: charms, gold caviar beads, and crystal AB rhinestones, and these copper rhinestones from Swarovski. And I'm just gonna be, you know, playing around with it. So we have this, I'm using the Two Guys No Wipe, what's it called? Gem glue. And then I'm top coating because I want it to be matte. Instead of using a glossy top coat, I'm using a matte top coat. So when you are applying, excuse me, top coat to your gem glue, especially if it's a matte top coat, it's best to just kind of float the top coat on top, because if you brush it in really heavy, the glossy gem glue will come through. You won't get a perfect matte. So I did that, and now I'm just going to be applying charms as much as I want on each finger with a wax pencil. Yeah, so you can just watch me do that. And don't forget to wipe your sidewalls to maintain that shape that you worked so hard to get. So there's no rhyme or reason to what I was doing. I just wanted there to be some fingernails with like a lot of the bling and the charms, and some with just a tiny bit. So you'll see what I'm doing. And I say it all the time, but I really love caviar beads. They truly, truly make designs just like pop. You fill in the tiny little spaces, it makes things look fuller and just more elegant. I love freaking caviar beads. I need to get them in different colors. Right now I think I have gold, silver, and rose gold, but I need caviar beads in like all colors because I F with these heavy. So now I'm going in with the nails that I didn't add any bling to, and I'm using, actually instead of a matte top coat, I'm going in with a glossy top coat because I'm going to do a little something special with those fingers. So one finger on each hand got a glossy top coat, while the other fingers got matte top coat with the bling gel. Yeah, so on the fingers that got the glossy top coat, I am going to be burnishing some chrome into it. So I didn't have exactly the rose color that I was looking for, so I'm mixing more of a bronzy chrome and a rose gold chrome to kind of match her skin tone and the vibe that we were going for. So I'm just using a silicone rubber, I guess you can call it, to really burnish that chrome into that no wipe top coat. You do not have to cure it. She thought she did. I was like, you don't got to do that. But yeah, this finger will not get any gems. It's just going to be a chrome finger. And then afterwards, I am going to top coat that with another layer of the no wipe glossy top coat. So that's it for this set for the most part. After you add that last layer of glossy top coat, have her cure for 60 seconds. I really hope you like this video. Subscribe if you want more from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.